Oh, hello everybody. Who knows what that sound is? Yes, Rolls Razor. Rolls Razor has been a forgotten razor for many of you. Not forgotten from the standpoint of you never see them, but forgotten from the standpoint that you overlook them. It caught my eye, caught my attention, and I decided to get some. Now, part of the problem with Rolls Razor is this little piece of equipment. This is the hone. This is the stone. And if you don't put this together right, if you put the handle in like that and it's sticking up, when you close the lid, it can break that hone. Pretty much every one of them, and I don't know if you can see it or not, every one of them, there's a little slot right here, and there's a little indentation. That's where you store your razor handle, so that doesn't happen, so you don't break it. You never force it, and consequently, there's a lot of sets of them out there that have broken pieces. The other part of the Rolls Razor is the strop. You have to condition this, you have to moisturize it, get it done well, and you don't want to have any dents in here. And you can replace that. I have replaced the strop in another set that I bought. And yeah, I kind of went crazy and bought quite a few sets to be able to put the pieces together to get what I wanted and to have some extra blades. And a friend of mine, Chris Stevens, is helping me with that and is stropping them. But I found one blade that was in very, very good condition, and I've used this blade as the intended purpose of maintaining the blade, using the hone, using the strop, and I've gotten some pretty good shaves, and that's what I want to show you today. You slide the handle on, you screw it down. There are some that has a compression little pin that all you have to do is just slide it on, and it holds it in place. But most of them, screw it down. This is a guard. Its primary purpose is to protect the blade during honing and stropping, but it also provides a little level of protection and is not exactly a safety bar, because essentially this is a straight razor on a stick. It is a wedge blade on a stick, and it will be the closest that you can get to a straight razor shave without using a straight razor. And that's why I wanted one. I wanted to be able to experience a straight razor shave without having to go through the huge learning curve of learning how to handle that straight razor using my left hand, which I'm an old dog and you can't teach an old dog new tricks very well. But essentially, when you strop, this goes in only one way. It should go in only one way. Sometimes they get sprung and various things, but it goes in one way. And you push the blade across this way. You push the blade across it, and in stropping, it's pulled. And you want to do the honing slowly. You don't want to bang the blade against the hone. You do that slowly. And in the maintenance portion, you do it for about 5 minutes every once in a while. And then stropping, same thing, you kind of do it for about 5 minutes. But you do that fast. You do the stropping fast, you do the honing slow. So, let's get some. I'm going to use one of these. Put a little bit of water in it. I've kind of been surprised. The blades, if the blades are not in good condition, if they don't have a good bevel set on the blade, they will be very, very tough in shaving. They won't be sharp. Even at the best of it, well, I don't know what the best is yet. I haven't gotten a properly rehoned blade back from Chris yet. So that'll be a shave on down the road. But I've gotten some pretty good shaves from this blade. And it didn't take a lot. Well, let me come back a little bit. I'm still learning exactly how to do it right around my chin and on my upper lip. It's the same thing with the straight razor shave. The smooth, the straight parts, the uncurvy parts are the easiest to learn. So I think there's some technique that'll take a little while for me to learn. But the basics of it, I can get a shave pretty much the first time. Now you want a very, very steep angle where the blade is just pretty much against the skin. Pretty good. Now, see, I usually use my mirror. I don't know if I can even turn it around and show you my mirror. Maybe I can. Does it pick it up? Yeah, there it is. I usually use my mirror when I'm shaving. And if I feel like I'm getting in a little bit of trouble, I may try that. Because with a straight razor or with one of these Rolls razors, you want to be able to see what you're doing. And my mirror is an arm's length away. So I just don't have a real good view of my face. But I've done it enough I can kind of feel my way around. But there's no guarantee I'm not going to have a nicker. Hopefully not a gash. It's a little bit slower process than using a standard safety razor. Now this is where I'm going to need to concentrate a little bit. Because just like a straight razor, you have to vary the angle and pay a lot more attention to the angle than when you're shaving with a standard DE or a standard single edge type of razor. And see, this is where I'm having a hard time because this is blocking my view even of this mirror, and whereas I can get an angle on this other mirror. And it's, there's a lot of things where we talk about that, you don't want to do a pass with your razor without having shaving cream, whereas if you got a real slick shaving cream, you can get by with it with a DE razor, with other types of single edge razors. You can't get by with it nearly as much with a blade like this or a straight razor. Yes, right around the edge of my lip is where I don't want to get this blade caught and cut my lip. That would hurt. That would hurt, and it would be really bad trying to heal up. Some more water on this. But I'm really enjoying using this razor. Granted, it is slower. You have to pay attention. But you can go against the grain, across the grain. And in fact, where a lot of people have trouble getting right at the right angle with the straight razor, you can get the angles with this, with the rolls. Now, another thing I have to say about this, at least with this blade that has not had a new edge honed, I think that the blades that are honed progressively will be sharper, will be keener. And what I do notice, like I've got maybe a day and a half growth, there is a little bit of tugginess, not a lot, just a little bit. And from what I remember when I experimented with a straight razor, that was the same with it too. It's just a different feel. Particularly on the real tough spots, which is for me on my chin. I'm going to put that up again. And that's one thing, when you're going a little bit slower, your lather dries out a little bit. So moisten it up. Pretty good, pretty good. It's not quite damn fine shave level yet, but it will be. And some guys even take that little safety bar off, because you can pry that off. It's held on by, a couple of little indentation and pin type things. Some guys just take that guard off and go with it just like a straight razor. No protection at all. And in actuality, the safety bar doesn't give a lot of protection. It just sort of guides you a little bit. You can definitely hear and feel where there's whiskers. And I will have to say, at least so far, even though I have achieved baby butt smooth shaves with the Rolls razor, with this particular blade, I have It's not nearly as baby butt as with my good DE setup. Or some of my other safety type razors. Real close. But particularly around my chin, it just doesn't get it quite as smooth. And I chalk that up to I just haven't learned the right way to do it yet. And see, like I can go find this direction on my upper lip. I really gotta focus and concentrate going the other direction, kind of backhanded. Just like doing a straight razor shave. And granted, getting right underneath the nose takes some figuring out. Because this is a pretty wide blade. Let's see how we go. Pretty close. It's always right underneath my chin. Right there. Right there. I need to do a little touch up. And like I say, with a DE style razor, a lot fewer touch-ups to get baby butt smooth. And it's particularly on the curves where that touch-up is needed. Not bad. Not bad. It's damn fine shave level, definitely. It's approaching baby butt smooth. Just because I'm not at my mirror is probably why I was not able to get a baby butt smooth shave with 3 passes and a touch up. I have been able to. I've noticed since I first started watching like eBay and places, Etsy and places like that, that Rolls razors are a little bit more expensive than what they used to be. Um, I think there's been some mention of Rolls razors on the prepper websites and in books that have talked about one of the most survival, the apocalypse types of razors is to get a Rolls razor set up, because you can maintain that blade indefinitely and get a shave without buying razor blades. So it's an apocalypse piece of equipment. So I think there's been more people getting them and using them and maintaining them and sticking them in their supplies for when the world blows up. The the thing I think it is for us, for us shaving enthusiasts, is for a relatively inexpensive investment. You might have to buy 2 or 3 Rolls razors to get a full set, to get maybe some extra blades, to have a couple or 3 blades to trade off. But if you get a couple of sets, you can get a couple of sets for $20 to $30 a piece, easy. There's generally 2 different types. There's the Viscount, and they are. Let me see if I got one. There it is. There's one. The Viscount is kind of more rounded, and it has the little flat buttons on the end. The insert pieces like this are pretty much interchangeable, whether it's a Viscount or the Imperial. Now this particular one, this piece doesn't want to push down real easy, so you got to be careful with it. And sometimes they just don't fit together, so don't force it. And there's all different types. I think there's maybe, I don't know, a dozen or more different varieties of the Rolls razor as far as the cases and those types of things. But for the most part, the pieces are interchangeable. And, there's resources out there that you can look and you can figure out what you need to do to maintain them, what you need to do to get them in working order. So if you want a new adventure in wet shaving, if you're scared to try straight razor, or if you're interested in trying a straight razor, a Rolls razor is a happy medium. It allows you to experience what it's like to have a piece of cold, hard wedge blade against your face, shaving, but not have to go through the long learning curve of mastering a straight razor. It would be a good start if you wanted to get to a straight razor shave, or just a regular alternative. For me, it's an alternative to a straight razor shave because I just don't want to go to the effort to learn how to do it. Got too many other things to do. But, excuse me, they're fun. I like them. And maybe now, since I've said it and then presented the idea out there that they're a missing gem in the traditional wet shaving world, man, the price may go up. I don't know. I hope not. But that's my shave. It's a good shave. I enjoyed it. Rolls Razor. A looked over forgotten gem out there that can give you a fantastic shave. There are some guys out there. I think there's even one kind of retail honing place. I can't remember the name of it. That you can send a Rolls Razor blade and they'll sharpen it for you. And a lot of other guys that sharpen, hone straight razors can do it too. It's just a little bit different technique from what Chris has told me. So until next time, have some good shaves. Work hard at being happy. I am. Going through some tough times at work. I think about a few years ago, talked about a reorganization, changing jobs at various points, changing jobs. Well, pretty much for the next year and a half, my job is up in the air. Don't know if it will last. Don't know if it's going to be eliminated because of budget cuts. Here in Oklahoma, our fiscal year goes from July 1 through June 30th. Well, we've had two pretty significant budget cuts at the end of this year just to get through to June 30th. And we are even in worse condition as far as our budget into the next fiscal year. So thoughts and prayers appreciated along those lines. I'll just be holding my breath for the next year and a half, figuring out what's going on. Long way from retirement, so I can't do that. So have some good shaves. Work hard at being happy, but definitely be safe. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.